everyone, I'm your host, Grizzly Magnum, and today I find myself on the somewhat falsely advertised shores of Iceland. Now, I've heard there's some volcanic activity in the area, and that provides me with an opportunity to do something that has not been done in recorded history. Now, in Iceland, food can be scarce, so I have procured some supplies. I've got a fair amount of food, I've got my trusty thermos, and I've got a hunger for adventure. I've got a long road ahead of us, so let's get...
Stop now!
Richard, pack the bags and run for the caves! Is he gone? Well, anyway, as you can see from the black sand, volcanic activity has definitely happened nearby. But if we want to find our quarry, we shall have to cross some hills, traverse some fields, and step out of this cave of ignorance that we have been dwelling in. Now, over there you can see there is a small town nearby, and if I wish to make this a simple excursion, I could simply inquire as to where the volcano is. But where's the fun in that? After all, how hard can it be to find an erupting volcano?
The first step of a journey is always the most difficult. Untold adventures await us, and so we must take stock of our surroundings before walking boldly, head first, into them. Iceland is a massive country, with a diverse and challenging landscape. It will certainly require a lot of trekking, miles and miles of it. I imagine the true distance would be quite daunting, but I refuse to engage with discouraging facts. Better to worry about the details later and make our way forward, making sure to take advantage of the natural resources along the way.
That's the good stuff. Oh.
The mineral-rich water makes the country's fauna all the more nutritious, and I am eager to try some for myself.
Come here, you little giblets.
But even an apex predator such as myself must know when to give up on the hunt. Oh well, no matter. I shall instead conserve my energy and make do with the snacks in my pack. After all, the day is still young, and I'm sure there's much more prey to be found, just so long as I keep my wits sharp and my senses keen.
We can cut that one out, Richard. For this mission of ours, we will require one more critical component that can only be provided by Mother Nature herself. Now this here is the key to our clandestine operation.
In order to locate our elusive volcano, we must first understand the true nature of this country. Iceland is a hotspot of geothermic energy. We can see traces of it in the water, the earth, the air. Like a pressure cooker, this energy builds and builds beneath the ground until it erupts. The trouble is, if anywhere could be a potential eruption, where do we look first?
Now, Richard, we have one of two options. Now that over there definitely looks like a volcano. But on the other hand, I think I saw a rainbow that way, and I have a good feeling about it. What do you think?
Well, I think you're mostly correct when it comes to the mountain, but a rainbow has nothing to do with anything we're trying to accomplish, so I think we should... Why did you even ask me?
A doubter like Richard may not be able to recognize a sign when he sees one, so that's why it falls to me to demonstrate the power of human instinct.
The rainbow was not a sign.
You don't say.
All right, go the other way.
Right.
All right then, Richard. I guess we'll see what's behind door number 2. You smug prick.
Well, we've managed to locate a volcano, but unfortunately this one's all filled up with water. This can happen sometimes when a volcanic eruption occurs at the same time as a hurricane. A rare occurrence in Iceland, but one that has most assuredly happened here. But that's no reason to lose hope. As you can see, the ground is covered with these red porous rocks. That is a sign that there is a more active volcano nearby. So we better keep our noses close to the ground.
Now, a pessimist might look back on today's events and call them a waste of time. But I say that is missing the bigger picture. For the more wrong paths we cross off, the easier it will be to find the correct one. But with the sun quickly descending, it means it's time for us to make camp and pick up where we left off tomorrow. With a new day comes a fresh perspective. Yesterday's rainbow was a dud, but it gave me an idea. Perhaps we could use this waterfall to give ourselves a quick wash. A raging success. Just goes to show you what can happen when you think fourth dimensionally.
Well, I've lost my bearings somewhat, but fortunately nature has offered me a guide. For it is purported that animals are extremely sensitive to geological changes in their area. Tell me, wise beasts, where be the volcano? We'll try the next ones. Tell me, wise beasts, where be the volcano? Tell me, wise beast. Tell me, wise beast. Tell me, wise beast, where be the volcano?
Unfortunately, it seems this country's wildlife has become placid under the stewardship of man. It seems that if we wish to find this volcano, we will have to do so ourselves. Sort of like we have been. The whole time.
You know, this is what makes up most of your day when you're a survivor. Trekking across vast landscapes, which, while beautiful, can be quite tedious. Yes, it is an endless struggle. Richard said we'd have food and water for 3 days, but it's only been 1 day and I've almost depleted them. This is why you can't trust amateurs with counting your rations.
Oh, shut up.
Oh! In a rather ironic twist, my loyal viewers, my search for the volcano has instead led me to one of the coldest places in the country. For behind me you can see the ice for which this country is named. Now that is a glacier, which has lain here since the last ice age, before the dawn of mankind. And as such, certain climatologists have theorized that trapped beneath that ice is a massive store of mammoth energy. Now I intend to tap into that mammoth energy by consuming a piece of that ice, which I shall do forthwith. For my libations have grown somewhat lukewarm. Skål.
Unfortunately, it will take some time for this bottle to chill, so for now I'll have to make do with some of this glacial runoff. Look, it's an acquired taste. In nature we can't afford to be picky. I must admit, even I am growing tired of traveling along these almost correct paths. And because of Richard's poor planning, our supplies have dwindled to almost nothing. If we don't find this volcano by tomorrow night, this adventure will end in disappointment and failure. I can't allow that to happen. In my desperation for any sort of lead, I have infiltrated a tour group, claiming to provide an up-close and personal experience with a volcano. My clueless tourist persona was accepted without question. And while the guide was admittedly informative, I couldn't help but be disinterested. To my dismay, this dark husk was merely filled with damp rocks, incapable of magmatic ignition. Still, the search goes on.
What is a magnum?
The question, Richard, is where is it?
Unable to leave the cavern at my own convenience, I was subjected to further appreciation of my surroundings. But after a while, even this Technicolor mosaic just looks like another pile of rocks.
Well, that volcano was a dud, but Grizzly Magnum does not give up, so we will have to find a new volcano. That way. Now, Richard.
Yeah.
Before us lies a vast bed of moss, which has lain undisturbed for centuries, and which would require 80 years to fully regenerate if it were disturbed. Unfortunately, a grizzly cannot wait for moss.
I believe it Albert Einstein who once said, "Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration." Well, I think I've perspired enough. All this ceaseless wandering has left me meandering forward, without function, without form, without a clue where the devil I'm going. With my rucksack empty and my stamina depleted, it appears that this journey is nearing its end. But I've not given up yet. After all of our struggles, I believe we are due for a miracle.
Oh, Richard, look over there. There it is. Ordinarily, people would be inclined to run away from an active volcano. But for Grizzly Magnum, that's exactly where he needs to be.
All right, Richard. I think this is as close as we're going to get. Now, I know all you at home are wondering, what could Grizzly Magnum be up to on this volcano that requires this crucial implement? Well, I'll have you know, it also involves this. No, damnable stomach. Can't have eaten it all. No. Ha-ha! Got you, you turncoat. It's time to make s'mores on an active volcano. All right, it's time for marshmallow roasting. This heat is truly infernal. We shall have to be quick, otherwise the noxious fumes will begin to infest the marshmallow, and then we'll be... Oh, jeez! No! Oh, that's hot! Oh, no! Oh, yes! No! All right, we did it! I'm out of here! Richard, get the bags!
Farewell, Iceland. You were quite memorable, but now it's time for me to get the hell out of here. Adventure awaits all around the world, and I'll be joining you there soon on the next exciting adventure with Grizzly Magnum.